I kind of had a passion for healing firefighters. I started out saying, look, I know in the fire department that by the end of the career, most of my coworkers are broken down. Back injuries, knees, shoulders, elbows, neck, you name it, a part of the body isn't working so well after 30 years of lifting heavy things and doing very aggressive physical work. A lot of times in the middle of the night where you're up out of a sleep, going to full physical function within a matter of minutes. It really takes a toll on the body. So really what I wanted to do was healing for firefighters. And I found out that we're a stubborn bunch. We just aren't ready for it. Part of the problem is we're good. You know, we're fine. There's nothing wrong with us. That's the first part of the problem. And so many of my coworkers, they're bent over and you can tell they're in pain. I'm like, hey, you want to see if I can work on your back? And they're like, oh, good. I'm good, bro. I'm like, no, good. You're not good, bro. You can barely stand up straight. You're obviously in pain. But I think it's so deep in our mind that we're here to help others. We're not to receive help. So in the fire department, guys are super resistant to accept help. And that's even part of the academy training. Part of the academy training, when you're running and running and running, you're like, is anyone getting tired? No, we're not tired. And so it's deep seated in the consciousness. But as I started getting, I got a few candidates in the fire department, and it wasn't really, mainly it was from guys who were doing something they shouldn't have been doing. Maybe they were playing basketball on duty and they rolled their ankle and they're like, yeah, I wasn't supposed to be shooting basketball on duty, but I rolled my ankle. Can you fix me? Can you help me out here? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Let's give it a try. So we do a little bit of healing on the ankle, and all of a sudden they're like, oh man, that's just great. The swelling went away and my ankle feels better. And I'm like, okay, great. That's a great thing. And so, I took a lot of abuse early on because it's weird. I get it. It is weird to do this. In the fire department, guys aren't super open to that. But really, when I started fixing guys, they were like, hey, they'll just fix my ankle. Maybe you can work on your knee. And the next guy's like, hey, you just took care of my knee. Maybe you ought to work on your back. And so I actually ended up getting a lot of firefighters open to healing in that way.